And now with the NHL draft having come and gone, we turn our attention to the NHL signing season. Alongside Sam Cosentino, Damian Cox, and John Shannon. John, with the NHL ceiling now rising to $69 million, does that make things on Tuesday a little more fluid for general managers?
Not so fast, Jeff. I think that there's a lot of managers, a lot of teams expected and hope that number would be above the 70 mark. It's not going to be that way. There are 3 or 4 managers telling us that, you know what, we might have to lose a player between now and July 1st to try to make a difference, and they may not have enough money to spend. What you're going to see is maybe a few more buyouts, not compliance buyouts, pure buyouts. A guy like maybe Vinny LeCavalier, who is going to see a little more money over a double extended time of his contract. And then you're going to see teams start to go after free agents on Tuesday. Maybe the key guys on defense, Dan Boyle and Matt Niskanen.
And some big names in goal for free agency on Tuesday. And where will the money come from those players? Ryan Miller, Jonas Hiller at the top of the list. You've got older guys like Martin Brodeur, J.S. Jaguar, Tim Thomas are out there. A list of other players. You know, we come off a Stanley Cup final where goaltending was so important with Jonathan Quitt and Henrik Lundqvist. None of these guys are those guys, but teams are looking and saying, look, we can make a difference to our team. Maybe it's Anaheim with Ryan Miller if we just get the right goaltender in place. But, is there any money to get these guys?
Speaking of names, Damien, how about Jason Spezza? Brian Murray came here with the Ottawa Senators and the idea of moving Jason Spezza, and it's set up perfectly. You look at the Ryan Kessler deal going with the Anaheim Ducks, and you figure 2 players, a first-round pick. Well, it's set up perfectly for Ottawa because they didn't have that first-round pick. And then all of a sudden you're starting to hear something that would have happened with the Nashville Predators. Spezza did not want to go there, and all of a sudden, guys, Danny Heatley starts to enter the fray, and that is not good for team or player.
Tough time right now for Brian Murray and the Ottawa Senators. Quick thought on the draft as well. I don't know if you want to assign John a letter grade, you want to do thumbs up or thumbs down, but who impressed you this last couple of days?
Well, I like what the Buffalo Sabres did when you consider some familiar names. That, to me, is the big part. Sam Reinhart, the son of Paul, who was going at number 2, is going to be a classic playmaking center in this league for a long time. And the guy they took as the number 1 pick of day 2, Brendan Lemieux, the son of Claude, some grit, some anger, and some energy from a guy on that team. Those 2 guys are going to be Sabres for a long, long time.
I'm not sure any of the 30 cities will be any more excited than the folks in Vancouver. Sure, it was tough to see Ryan Kessler go out the door, but look at what they've done to their team. There's been a massive reset with the Canucks, who all of a sudden have young players and prospects to look for, considering what they may be able to do with this team for the future. Jake Virtanen and Jared McCann, the top-rated goaltender in the draft, Thatcher Demko. Even in the 3rd round, they got a 6'7" defenseman of Russia. Don't know a darn thing about him, but he's 6'7", Nikita Triamkin. Lots of stuff to be excited about in Vancouver.
For me, it has to be the Calgary Flames because Sam Bennett was the number 1 ranked player by National Hockey League Central Scouting coming in. He ends up falling to 4, and he's very much a Sean Monahan type of player. So the Calgary Flames are now set down the middle for years to come, and I like what they did in the 2nd round. Mason McDonald, great for Canada at the under-18s, and then Hunter Smith, a guy I had going in the 1st round, is exactly that Brian Burke type of player with all kinds of truculence.
And 6'7" wingers don't exactly fall out of trees these days, but Calgary managed to find themselves one. As we bid Philadelphia a good day, we look forward to the draft next year in Florida.